Hi, you guys. Welcome to, are we on? Hi, you guys. Welcome to SoulWhat. We're coming to you from Tucson. I'm Michelle Welch, your oh so serious one who's sometimes cares way too much what you think. Roger gets mad at me because I've been changing that intro and he doesn't like it, but it's because I'm evolving and I don't love that intro anymore.
Well,
You are.
Change it.
Yeah.
So I'm Roger Welch, and I really don't care what you think. Sorry. But yeah, we're live at Tucson. Been here since last Friday.
Yeah, I don't remember. We drove here, which was not part of the negotiations. I was supposed to fly, but we are in the most beautiful, maybe you've seen it posted, most beautiful place here. So Roger made up for it. I'm not a road tripper. Yeah, are y'all? I'm not. I got people giving me all kinds of suggestions of how to enjoy the trip. No, it's a way back to childhood thing. I don't like them. Nobody will ever convince me. There's certain things that you just know when you marry somebody and you just tell them that's not negotiable. That was one of them. But you've made up for it with a nice
I think
place.
this is a pretty nice place.
Yeah, it really is.
And you didn't die getting here?
No, and it really was probably easier. But I don't.
Simple.
But I don't like it. I'll never be convinced. So don't try.
She crawled in the back seat and went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun.
Yeah. But for every time you hit a bump.
But every time I hit a bump, I heard out of the back seat, Roger, are you awake? No.
That don't sound that old. You made me go like, Roger, are you awake?
Well, maybe it was I think it was the echo.
Okay.
But
so anyway, we do love each other, but road trips are hard. But we're having fun shopping. Erica's with us and Emily, and they're actually recording for us tonight. Thank you. And Emily's not feeling so great, so thank you. So she's manning the Facebook, I think, right? So what are we talking about?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about what we've been doing.
Okay.
Where do you want to start?
Well, we'll start. We got here, and we'll tell you a little bit about the house. For those of you who like paranormal stuff, this is a gorgeous house. It was built in the 40s.
44.
We are in Tucson, Arizona, and we're in the Catalina Hills.
Yeah, it's the hills. It's like right over there behind us.
And so there's a lot of Native American history here for sure.
Correct.
And some of the things that the first night we were here, there's beautiful, it's scenery around here is just gorgeous. And I like white lights too. I just love them. So, and they're everywhere in the backyard. And as you can tell in the front, in the patios, and they've got like 4 patios, and this is the front of the house. But
this
literally,
is like a courtyard patio.
There's a bunch of them though.
Yeah.
Man, they're all over the place. So little sitting areas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm learning from you to say it. It's sitting areas. And so the first night, I literally had them close all the curtains because
it was like 3 a.m.
It was like, because I said, there's somebody watching us. And I don't know what all I said, but it was very, very real. And I've had very, very strong dreams here. And Emily has heard things. Erica, what about you?
Knocking back there now.
That may be the refrigerator.
Me. I know. I know it's nice.
The second night,
I just see if I can get it going.
The second night, I was here literally in the middle of the night. I said, "Did you lock all the doors?" Which is sort of a little OCD thing of mine, but to check doors and make sure they're locked. But I had heard 4 boom, 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 4 loud, clear knocks. I was sure someone was here knocking on the door, and they weren't. Have you had anything, or has it just been all of us?
Yes.
But nothing ever bothers him. So, I mean, nothing, I've told stories about, I was telling Emily about, how the TVs used to go white, like with static?
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore, right? Well, at our house, they did one time. And the minute he left our house, the whole TV went white. The minute he got back in, that was static stuff. And the minute he came back, the Poltergeist old movie thing. The minute you walked in the front door, it went back to normal. Yeah, so nothing, and we've been told that by so many people that nothing ever, it's because of that, what he has on his hat. Nobody messes with that, right? Fairy energy, yeah, they mess with. All right, so we're going to talk about Tucson. You go, you talk.
Oh, we had 2 days, it was really, really nice. And then yesterday it got cold, and it's been dusty and windy too. But
it's beautiful there.
But the sun has been out. Now here it's not like that in Dallas, though.
Yeah. So tell us about what we've done. We've kind of come a lot of years, so we kind of know when we come to Tucson where to go, where not to go, who knows us, and one of the reasons we're wanting to show you, kind of bring some of our information to you about Tucson. If y'all want to ask questions, you can. I don't know if we're going to be able to see them to answer them. We can maybe answer them later. We're more than happy to do that. We don't want it to just be, I want to tell y'all some information as opposed to just it feeling like it's just a show trying to sell everything we got. Of course, it's for sale. Not all of it. I got this beauty but we have some of them like this. It's a pendulum for myself, and also the necklace I have on. But we've got smaller versions of those. But if somebody's dying to have this one, we'll sell it, right? Roger will sell anything. But what I think about when we first started to come, it was real. For those of you who've never been, it's the whole town.
It's the entire town.
Well, maybe not the whole entire town, but it feels like it.
There are spots all over town. There's pop-ups, like, where maybe it's a corner that's an empty lot on the corner, and they just take and go over there, pop up a couple of tents, and start selling stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's like big, 250,000 square foot tents, and then they have sections inside of it.
Yeah.
You can have some sections.
The hotels too.
Yeah, the hotels are amazing. The thing about the hotels, like there's some of the old Days Inns here, the ones that are 2 stories. So what the people do, they rent a room upstairs and downstairs. Well, they pull all the furniture out of the downstairs and go ahead and put it upstairs. So that gives them an empty room downstairs to set all their inventory. It doesn't matter because there's people who are selling crystals, there's sage, there's all types of things here.
Right.
High-end jewelry. I was walking through yesterday, and you probably didn't see it, but it was an amazing piece of amethyst. I noticed it. It was about the size of a quarter, and it was faceted. There was 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that is nice. Because it was perfectly, just that amethyst lavender color. The cut was amazing on it.
Was it lavender or purple?
It was purple.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was a lighter purple.
Okay.
But how like amethyst is when you cut them and polish them and facet it. And then when I walked back through, there was a guy there. He's dressed in his 3-piece suit. He's all decked out, and he was looking at them. And he said, well, "How much is it?" And I heard the guy say $26,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn. But he said, "I would like to see both of them, please."
Yeah.
And he bought both of them.
Well, that's because people come. I mean, they're from where you buy your jewelry. I mean, we go to buy jewelry. This is like the largest gem and mineral show in the world. So for those of you who like the stones and stuff for metaphysical purposes, think about it. That's not it's not even a fraction of the people who come to the show.
A lot of
it's grown to be more of those people, but even 4 years ago, you broke out a metaphysical book and they were going to jack the price of one.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it started out because you have a lot of jewelry people, you have a lot of decorators, things like that. That there's a huge mix of people here.
Right. So it's definitely, this show was not started for metaphysical purposes, as far as I'm concerned.
No, it wasn't.
Not at all.
No.
But of course, it's all related. So, you can get from a bead quality here. There's bead shows, which is a lower quality gem, obviously, up to what Roger was talking about. And then they have the shows where, they'll have something from Cartier that they found in somebody's attic that, that they used to register all that jewelry, that they have 3 security guards around. So you've got every range of everything you can
Worth
imagine.
like, what, 2.5 million?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it was?
That was a couple years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe 3 years ago or something like that. But what's interesting, so a lot of people will say, "Oh, I want to come. I want to go. I want to go." I would always recommend that you talk to us or somebody that's been, because you're not going to just walk in and get all the deals, that we're going to get, because for one, we have a large buying power, not the 20. Well, not one piece will we spend 20,000.
No, not a quarter.
We'll spend a lot of
quarter.
But we have a higher buying power, which y'all know, you can do math.
Well,
you're going to get more, but plus, let me make my point, but also, I think people think that you're going to come as an individual, and if you don't have a wholesale account, you may be able to get into some of the places, but you're not buying wholesale. So there is a big difference.
Yeah, and there are some, you've got to know where you're going, just because some places are just wholesale only.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a business license, you're not getting it.
Yeah. So, is it fun if you're well?
Yeah.
Emily, I would ask Emily, is it fun your first time? She hasn't felt well, but it is fun. It can be quite
It is. There's a
Because
lot
there's a lot of
here.
places to go.
We actually went, wait, Erica, how many places we go today? Because we have a lot of things going on. We have one, two. We went to 4 different places today, right?
More than that.
5,
Maybe 6.
maybe 6.
But we know which places
So we
to
were like
go.
going.
We know which places to, what's not, if every person catches your eye, you're never going to get through it at all.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some of the stuff that we did get. I haven't even seen some of this stuff. This looks beautiful, Erica. You set it up so pretty. It was Roger. It looks so pretty. All right, so what do you want to talk about?
Okay, I'll take, here we go. This is actually one of the first things we found. These are actually potter plants, plant potters. Is that what you're calling it?
Potted plant, 4 potted plants.
4 potted plants.
How about that? It's black tourmaline.
But it's black tourmaline. And we got the black tourmaline, we got amethyst, we got
Rose quartz,
citrine,
and clear quartz.
and clear quartz.
Mm,
So
a
these
lot
are
of
pretty
it.
cool. And so it kind of brings a little style in for your plants, but also it helps with the growth of your plants, right?
That I would recommend, like for instance, the black tourmaline. I love that because we always tell people to put black tourmaline at their front door, and this would be a great place to put a little potted plant, maybe on a little table at your front door or something like that, or you could put it in different areas. Also, if you wanted to plant do a bamboo in a citrine plant, that would be great because that's all about good fortune and prosperity. So that would be a great idea.
Yeah, and these are actually made in Brazil here, and these are they're the black tourmaline chips, and they're just formed right into the shape. So a 4-inch pot looks like would probably fit with no problem in here.
Yeah, they're beautiful, you guys.
So
So we're excited about those.
You know what was really cool is they also have the same place. We only got a couple of these because these are so cool.
We only got a couple because they're so cool. They're so cool.
They're so cool,
but look, there's a lot of detail in them.
But there's a lot of detail. So there, see that? These are actually spear holders. We got them just for displays at the store. Planchette.
Planchette.
And the crystal ball with the hands over it. But these are little spear holders. So you just lay them down, and we don't have any spears up here, but you just set a spear.
So a good use for the spheres is for any space because it's round. The energy goes out in every single direction, so it's distributed or dispersed evenly in a room. So that's a really good reason. Another good crystal to use for trying to kind of get energy into the whole room is a cluster of quartz that they point in specifically in different directions. But the sphere distributes the energy evenly.
Yeah, it goes everywhere.
Yeah, and
Fills the
evenly.
space. Yeah. So tell us about here's actually one of the ones that you got. So
I have this
so tell us what it is and tell us about it.
So it's a glass. It's clear glass quartz. It's very clear. It's Viking. It's got gold and silver. It's sterling silver. It's nice. These aren't the little cheap fakey ones that people knock off. This is the real deal. From one of and it was something different we found. The reason I got them is because my friend Laura had given me a really beautiful clear quartz, like crystal ball, that I wore on a necklace, and everyone stops me. And Roger could make anything. I mean, Emily can make a lot. We can make a lot of the stuff. And you see things and you go, we can make that, we can make that, we can make that, we can make that. We don't have time. So we try to find the people who and support them, like Doug and Marina, who also make beautiful quartz grids that we sell also. But I've been looking to find these because we actually got some quartz in Denver for Roger to actually make, and he just hasn't had time. So we found these, and they're going to be for the more discriminating customer, I would say.
They're silver, and not only that, the chains that are with them.
Yeah,
it's hard to see the detail in the chains, but the chain actually comes around and walks into the top here. But the locks on the chain are dragon heads.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're super cool.
Yeah,
and
very Viking oriented, and so the pendants or the pendulums that go with it. Again, mine has, I can't remember on the side if they're peridot. Mine, and then these other ones have.
So this one here is actually a clear quartz, and it has a dragon.
Yeah,
has a dragon on the top here.
And
these are silver also. These aren't like the nickel plated or whatever.
You want to show that one?
And then this one also has the peridot.
it's peridot. It's really dark in here. That's so.
It's peridot. These also have, like right here on the top of this, it looks like a hand. Looks like a hand holding it right
Yeah,
here.
it's really cool.
Instead of and most pendulums have like a little bead on the top. It has a T-bar design.
You can actually wear it around the wrist.
So you could, probably,
Be
yeah.
hesitant to do that.
I wouldn't, I
still
wouldn't
nice.
roll with it because it is
Yeah, I
nice.
wouldn't want to.
But you can hold it, to work with it.
I'll tell you one of the things I look for in pendulums when I'm buying them. If y'all want to know, a lot of people will come in and they'll ask a pendulum, does it work with me? Well, if it's your first time to work with a pendulum, that's a lot of people teach that. And I'll tell you, I think that's kind of silly. And here's why. Because if it's great if you've worked with pendulums and you know how they work with you. But if you don't, and it's your first time and you haven't calibrated pendulums to know what your yes is and what your no is, how do you know if it's telling you yes or no? Just because it moves for you, that's not necessarily a yes or no. So at our store, I always say, when somebody says, well, I couldn't get it to move for me, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to work for you. You really need to take some time with it, spend time working with it. I say more, what are you drawn to? And also, does it have a really good point on the end of it? So, and other people will ask for healing, do you have to have a specific type of crystal? Like, if you're over a certain chakra, do you need citrine for the solar plexus? I don't think so. You can. I have them where I can switch them out, but I don't like to leave my client every 5 seconds to go switch out a pendulum while I'm working on them. So a good point, especially when you're asking questions and you're trying to get your pendulum to point to something, like on our books, our pendulum books that are awesome from Soultopia, they have charts and they're pretty big, like 8 by 10. But still, there's a lot of answers on there. So you want it to clearly know where you're pointing. So that to me is very important. That's why I like these. They have good, strong points. Okay. You want to talk about some of the crystals?
Okay, so check this out. Look at this beautiful piece of azurite, Michelle. Azurite, Michelle.
I don't know how you say that.
It's mine.
Oh, because it's his favorite. Yeah. It's azurite and malachite.
It does. It actually does. It has some beautiful, almost velveteen malachite here on the top, around the side and the back, and the blue on the front is just amazing.
So if y'all want to know, Roger's favorite is azurite. Azurite, and actually, azurite, but azurite and malachite, because they usually grow together. And azurite is great for your third eye. So for your intuition, anybody, if you want a high psychic development stone, that is azurite. Okay, that's one of the best stones to use for that.
All right, and Erica, what was it?
All right.
Check this out.
Pretty.
I'm not even sure. We just got some. We're like, what the hell? Let's buy it. All right, but I remember it helps with blood pressure.
Lowers blood pressure. Considered a good stone for somebody who's been.
Yeah.
Isn't it the one? Is that the blue one? Okay, it's also good for fevers.
Yeah.
So doctors first. Yeah, we'll hand it to Emily in a second. Fevers, blood pressure. Yeah, it's so really when you're not feeling well. So is it mainly for physical? It's mainly for physical ailments, and then, like Erica said, trauma.
And if you get it out in the sun, that's what we're looking at. Here it's hard to tell, but the lighting. But you get it out in the natural sun, it has more of a light blue, aquamarinish blue color to it.
Yeah, it does.
Just beautiful crystalline structure.
Is that BAR? BARITE. A lot of stones end in ite or night. So people will attribute reasons why it has that. Don't listen to that. Yeah. It's just helps you know how they're spelled. But that one's, y'all got more than that piece, right?
Yeah, we bought a flat.
So for those of you with all the stuff that's going around, work with that barite. I'm going to, and I'm sure Emily will tonight.
We got some amethyst. This one's actually a small little guy. So got some amethyst pieces. This is pretty cool. I got these. These are actually calcite. Okay.
So I'll tell you something about calcite while he's showing it. They come in all different colors, and I actually taught a class one time on fluorites and calcites. When you come into Soultopia, we have them in all different colors, you guys, and they're for all kinds of things. Calcite also is good for when you don't feel well and when you need more strength. but it's good for all different things. So I probably will post something or put something in our newsletter again soon about all the fluorites and the calcites.
Yeah.
Because they come in so many different colors. So they're kind of both kind of known as the rainbow of crystals or minerals.
These are amazing too. So I've been getting hit a lot. I'm sure you have too. Rainbow obsidian.
Yeah.
It's like every day somebody comes in the store wanting rainbow obsidian. So today, Erica and I were over at one of the places, our first stop, and they had these amazing rainbow obsidians from Brazil. They're, I mean, some of these, when you get them in the light, they were like a turquoise blue.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the color and the rainbows in them. There were some that have eyes in them right on top.
Oh, cool.
Just
so
totally
another little nugget of information on rainbow obsidian or any obsidians. Obsidians are glass. You'll probably hear me say that. So just regular black obsidian is great for protection, especially paranormal type activity. But it can be, it's volcanic glass. So if you think about it, it's, don't use it. I wouldn't use it as much for healing as I would protection, because you're using a stone that's kind of been through some trauma to work with trauma. So that doesn't, it's contraindicated, indicated, in my opinion. Yeah. The rainbow obsidian, it soothes it. It makes it more gentle. Then you have the snowflake obsidian that's also more gentle. Mahogany's like that warm, rich feeling. But there's nothing wrong with black obsidian. I'm not anti-black obsidian. People have said that I am. They've come back, no, you can't have black obsidian. You just need to work with it sparingly and know what you're doing with it. Okay, seriously, because it will bring up some past life issues, some early life trauma, and you need to know how to. So if you have a crystal healer that just sticks that stuff on you and just leaves it on you, I would question them and why they're doing that. Okay. All right. You want to talk about the chrysanthemum?
Yeah, tell us about it.
So you can hold it. So, yeah, I need to get my nails done. That's chrysanthemum stones. What we like about these is that you can see a lot of our customers, and we, so many of you on Intuitive Insights are so good, actually even a lot better than I am. So many of you are great at looking at stones and seeing faces or seeing different things in them. And sometimes maybe I need to get out of my way with that because I know a lot about the stones, so I don't really look at that individual stone and find, oh, it looks like a lion, or I see an angel in there. Chrysanthemum stones are great for that. You can see dragonflies, you can see sunflowers, you can see snow, you can see angels, you name it, dragons. And so that's one of the reasons we like this so much, and they're always popular at our store because it's for what you can find in it. Tell me about this one.
Oh, so this is.
Is that the same? No, that's silicone. A silicone. Yeah.
Silicone.
So it's funny because I heard a guy come up and he goes, "How much is the silicone?" And I was like, "That is not silicone." Silicone, yeah. There's a difference.
No E on the end. Okay.
Yeah. So it is beautiful.
And one of my guys from Tennessee was there, and he was like, putting it in buckets and carrying it out.
Buckets.
Yeah.
Of it.
Because he's taking it back up there. He had a store there.
So if you think about Silicon Valley, computers, all the high-tech stuff, that's when you're thinking of the commercial uses of it. Yep. And for our purposes, I feel, how does it feel? Does it feel?
You know, it's cold, really cold, but it's also like the energy is just, because I guess that's the whole thing about it. You can just feel the energy flow right through it.
A lot of like that high vibration energy to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just super cool. And I think, didn't you tell me you have pendants or something? A pendant? Just one?
Yes.
A pendant. That's all they have.
We got one. No, they had more, but you know, we are particular what we bring stuff for that one special customer that wants it.
Check this out.
Oh, I like it.
There's an agate skull, you know, the agate part with the amethyst crown.
I've never seen this before.
This is all one piece. It's not like two
Have
pieces.
you named him?
Not yet.
Well, you guys can name him. Okay, so, or her. Maybe a her.
This is all, it is all one piece.
Okay, so y'all decide, show it, and y'all decide if this is a she or a he.
What we got here?
And we will have you guys name him or her for us.
We have two of them.
Okay, well, you're going to name this one.
So you can name this one.
But if you want to name the pair.
Or, it could be king and queen.
I don't know. who is it? Fred and the Flintstones? That's
Fred
what
and Wilma?
Fred and Wilma. I don't know. Maybe they're both
What the
girls.
hell?
How do you know they're a man and a woman? I have to feel them. Let me hold them.
Maybe we need to look at side by side.
It's not always how they look, though. It's how they feel. Or it doesn't matter if it's a man. This guy, what's on the bottom? Do you know?
Agate.
So agate and white agate, or
Yeah,
white?
so this part's agate. This is where the agate turns into the amethyst. And they just carved it all out.
I really like. Okay, I'm just going to tell you. It does feel like queenie, or something. Y'all can name. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Smiling at you like whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock this egg off. I saw you looking. Okay. Can you talk about it?
So this is this is actually a serpentine egg.
Okay.
What's serpentine good for?
Well, we all know that Roger has diabetes, so serpentine, and you probably heard me tell the story a million times, but he was wire wrapping a serpentine for someone one time. And sometimes it takes him a while because he needs to get inspired to wire wrap. And he had it for a long time. And she's actually a healer. And she kept not asking for it back. And I finally said, has he given that back to you? And she was like, no.
That was carried around in my
He
pocket.
almost he finally wire wrapped it for her, gave it to her, and then his levels went so high he was almost in a diabetic coma. Seriously, I'm not kidding. And so of course she was like, give this back to him. Of course he also needs to go to the doctor, which he did. But I will tell you, the minute he got the serpentine back, within a day, and I kid you not, and he did go to the doctor, it went back, the levels went back down.
Yeah.
I was scared. So serpentine is great for diabetes. It's great for all kinds of other stuff too, but that's one of the main things that we talk about serpentine for, because I know it works.
Mhm.
Okay, so what else?
Look, when we got back last year, I bought one knife for myself. They're selenite knives, right? I bought one for myself, and everybody tried to buy it or snag it.
They are constantly, yeah.
So I got some this year. I got the big ones, and I got some small ones. So if you want a knife, you better come get it. Because I also didn't get a whole bunch of them.
So let me see it. So let me show you.
This is a different
One
company.
time I tried not one time. One of the first times I ever tried a jury trial when I was 24 years old in Dallas, Texas. I'm telling y'all not what to do when you don't do this. I had a gun, and I pointed the gun at the jury because it was a possession, unlawful possession of a firearm or something,
Okay.
which are hard to win in Texas. And I pointed it, and you've been brandishing this, so you don't ever do that. Like, here,
Why not?
let me show you this.
There's a guy today that I met, and he makes samurai swords out of selenite and has the leather wrap on it.
Like the long?
Yeah.
How much were they? A
Um,
lot?
$2,800.
I'm surprised you didn't get one. So y'all, we did something for our house. We got a beautiful, it's a fluorite, it's purple fluorite. It has more of the purple, a little bit of the other colors. It was more than the one with all the colors in it.
Yeah.
So we got it. Do we make it a triangle shape?
No, we got it's square. It's covered top all the way down. We'll post some pictures after we get it home and get it lit. And
We may have posted it earlier.
You posted it.
I posted
You
the
posted
other
it,
ones,
okay.
the ones we didn't get. This
You
one,
posted-
the one we
yeah,
got is
posted it.
even more beautiful. Yes, really pretty.
You want to show you that favorite thing that Erica got?
Sure.
Oh, what are you worried about?
I was worried about what you're gonna say.
She got this. She loves this. Look, it's kind of like those little. What's those birds with the funky heads? That quack, quack, quack.
What? I don't know.
This is a massage thing, though.
Oh, is that what it is?
It feels really good.
Yeah, come here. Let me hit.
I know. I don't know. So it's Jade.
So it's all jade. Jade handle, jade head, and it's got just the real spring.
And the flat side of it too.
Yeah, you can use. It has a flat point here. You can work through
Does
it.
it feel good?
Yeah, it feels good.
Might be good for the restless legs. We were talking about that earlier. That how
Yeah.
Churro, I know.
Yeah.
is
Churro.
Yeah,
Churro.
Churro gets restless. We were talking about that earlier. I get restless legs. Roger does too. So maybe
What
that
do you
would
think
work.
I was going to talk about?
Probably the Johnny eggs.
What are those? Tell us.
No, I don't feel great. So
I know that's why I want you to tell us all
I'm
about
very
it.
good.
The only person who's better at it than you is Wes is actually really good
Wes is great at selling these things. I don't know. I don't know.
Rusty
We were
went
at a
on
show.
tonight?
We were at a show, and somebody in Frisco, Texas, and somebody asked me, and they were from LA. They were these beautiful models because this with a friend of mine who owns a modeling agent that does fundraisers and stuff, and they were all there asking me, and I don't know why, I just got embarrassed. So Roger will talk about it.
Wes said yes.
Wes, why don't you type what they're about then, please?
They're for Kegel exercises.
Kegel.
I like Kegel, Kegel. It's all the same thing.
Oh God.
It's all the same thing.
So seriously, they're jade. So I think they'll be good because we had obsidian at one point. I would not. I think they were black onyx, that they weren't obsidian.
We've had both.
I would
We've had
not
both.
put obsidian up there, y'all. I'm just saying, don't do that. I just talked about that. That's not.
It might be okay.
It's gonna. Well, whatever. If you got some paranormal activity going on it, otherwise I would stay away from
I'm
the
not sure about the
city.
paranormal activity.
Y'all need-
What type of
I don't-
paranormal activity?
I don't know. I'm just saying it could be, and according to, I don't know. I'm not even going there. If Neil's on,
What? Neil and his paranormal activity where?
the aliens. I don't know, but what they're good for, really, you guys, is the exercises, but also trauma. And I'm being very serious. They are good for trauma, and the jade I think is just a good all round. I think I'll pick a good one.
Yeah.
Because
And
a lot
they
of times,
actually-
all the different ones, they're going to be more specific.
Well, these sets actually have the 3 sizes, and then they only had a few of the rose quartz with the 2 sizes. So we got some of the rose quartz.
Okay,
too,
we're not
with
going to
2
talk about
sizes.
that. All right, so we got. Oh, you go.
Here we go. We got selenite also. These are votive holders. Votive holders.
Mhm.
Totally made out of selenite.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The cool thing is though, even if you're not using them for your candles, you could put crystals in here. You could do all types of
Succulents.
things.
I've seen them all
Yeah.
over.
They've been all over the place here.
all over little succulents, plants.
Get the
and-
ones that don't take a whole lot of water, a lot of moisture, anything like that going to it. We also got, just out of selenite, so people know, little
I'm going to talk about that.
peach selenite.
So we'll talk about the orange peach selenite.
And-
All of you guys are, and we've been into selenite for a long time. People now are really kind of catching on to selenite, and by the way, shungite, which I've always talked about for years. It's great. It's one of my favorites. But the selenite, I like the orange, and I was telling Erica today because it is soothing, but it's also uplifting. So when you need, like, if you really want to go to sleep or be totally soothed, yeah, the white selenite. But if you want to be calmed down, but actually still need a little vitality and energy, the orange is going to be better for that. And I actually sold some the other day from the store, the round ones that we have there, and they've sat there a lot of times. I'm like, why aren't people just buying the white? We need to do more explaining and a better job of explaining that the orange is actually going to have the same effect while you're awake. So it'd be almost like, medicine, like daytime, the PM and the AM medicine. Like, oh, I'm taking the daytime whatever versus the nighttime whatever, I think. Okay.
We did get you, because you did kind of touch on the shungite.
Mhm.
There's a little owl.
Oh, a little owl. So we've sold this like crazy. We took a risk on them when we were in Denver. Erica, did you get
I
it?
can't remember what else. We got
We
several
took a
different
risk.
types of.
And thought, okay, are they going to sell? Or are they not? Because shungite runs a little higher. All the car stuff, you guys, runs,
Elephants, we got some owls.
But with frog,
We got the frog.
the frogs are so cute.
Oh yeah.
I like the
frogs.
frogs. Frogs are for good luck. So frogs are really, really good. Another thing we got a lot of, because Eric and I love rings. We got a lot. So Roger's like, they're looking at rings again.
For 4.5 hours.
That's a long
That
time
was
for
only
us.
one
because we
of
know
That
what
was
we're
in
doing.
one place.
Yeah.
4.5 hours. Emily and I are like, oh my God, if we had known it was going to take this long, we would have left.
Yeah.
And you know what was the worst part? They didn't have a bar there.
No, they didn't have really probably anything there, did they? Except for jewelry. But we have had a lot of luck with this particular. We haven't picked we buy from a couple different vendors because we bring you guys a couple different. I wish they were your hands because they're going to be prettier. They bring.
On my hands.
Well, Erica's even, but don't zoom in too close. I'll not be happy with you. We got rhodonite, cavantonite, and serpentine that we're seraphinite. Seraphinite is this one. It's very high ascension, this green one. If you think of like angels, the seraphinite, which is like one of the thrones closest to God, that's that ring. That's what it's about. So it's very high ascension. This one is too, the cavantonite, which is probably the most expensive piece of specimen we own.
Yeah.
Personally, is the
Personally
cavantonite. Yeah. And then the rhodonite is good for heart, anything love. Actually, rhodonite's good for trauma, to work through trauma, to love yourself again. And then rhodochrosite's more for like bringing in that new love. They're both great, but rhodonite's good for any trauma that you've gone through in life. You've got on. So what I'm showing you is we got a bunch of different price range in jewelry, in rings. We've got.
And these are actually stainless steel.
They're stainless.
That are gold plated.
We've had a lot of people asking us. We've had a lot of people asking us for like gold, but they don't want to pay. I'm just going to be blunt. You don't always want to pay that price point. You just want that bling. You just want, and a lot of guys want that bling, but they don't want to pay for that gold. So we found some just fun rings,
Just
and then
like this one is a blue gold stone. We have a carnelian and we have an opalite. It's actually got a lot of fire to it.
But Eric and I, the ones we haven't picked up are the ones, it's our higher end, kind of gem quality stones. They'll come in the tumbled and the rough, and they're all 925 silver. So we wanted to kind of give you guys a range of that. So if you wanted a really nicer piece of jewelry, or if you want one just for fun that you're going to wear every now and then. So we try to get a little more of a range this year, right? Yeah.
Check these out. We found these today. These are new. These are organite. Okay, organite. Yeah, not new, but these are organite plates that are trees.
So organite's not new. That's not what he meant. Okay, that's why he kind of corrected
the
himself.
designs. Yeah, because like this one is black tourmaline, and this one is actually selenite.
Oh, that is cool.
So
those are really pretty.
Selenite and black tourmaline.
So it's a different look.
And there's so many more stones. There's
Yeah.
sunstone. It looks like a fall tree. It's
Oh, did we get them all?
We got them all.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
them all.
Yes. So these I thought this is actually one of those, this is a new item. It was the people that we really liked.
So a lot of people like the organite. Organite is taking crystals and then putting them a resin and putting them in like a pyramid or something like this.
You mean like this?
And show that one. Yeah.
Oh, it's heavy. This one's full of amethyst in the bottom. See,
And that one's actually well made. Sometimes they'll have the flowers in them. I don't buy those as often because they start sort of looking a little messy. That's just my personal
This thing weighs 1.34 kilograms.
Wow.
So
okay, so we don't have a lot of time left. What I was going to tell you guys is that we are going to have all of this back at the store. It takes us a little while to get it out on the floor. Last year we had a kind of come and shop. I don't think we'll do that this year. I think, what'd you say? We are considering, and y'all can let us know, we're considering an auction for some of our, an online auction for some of our items, but we'll also probably go online and really just tell y'all, okay, this is how much they are, come to our store. But we might actually do for some of the items an online live auction. We're considering that. Let us know if y'all would be interested. Some of the items will have minimums though, so don't think you're going to be like, okay, 1 cent, you're going to get it. Someone, 2 people are watching or something. That ain't going to work. So, because we're coming back with a variety, I would say, things that y'all always ask for, but you come here and you kind of come in a few years and you kind of want to see what's new, what's different, what's we're kind of trying to do for y'all.
It's kind of for new stuff.
Yeah, kind of shake it up. A lot of people will come in our store and they'll say, I'm new, I've never walked in a store. So for you, or for a lot of people, seeing amethyst for the first time, or seeing, it's always my wedding ring is amethyst. So, it's always going to be good, but we also want to just bring stuff that's not like, that they've knocked off now and have at every, gas station along the road or something. Speaking of that, thank you to certain authors that we also have ordered a lot of books and cards. I just want to throw this in. And a lot of the authors now are really telling you, please go to your local bookstores and support them. Madame Pamina's doing that for her new book. It's a hardback from Llewellyn, which is where my book's going to be from.
Yep.
And it's only like $17.99 that Llewellyn just got back for me. It's a hardback on candle work. It's beautiful. And she's really encouraging people to come into their local stores to support them instead of going, I'm going to say it, instead of just going on Amazon. And y'all, don't be posting on people who own stores. Can I just tell you something? You can get mad at me if you want. I really don't care. Don't be posting on people's stores or their groups like ours. I got it on Amazon, because that is very, very rude. Okay, don't do it. So thank you so much, because we're bringing this stuff out to you. You can come in and see it. If you can't and you're buying online from us, call us. I mean, we'll send you pictures of it. We'll tell you how much it weighs, because we have a lot of people who come into Soultopia and they'll go, what is this? And they got it online.
And they don't know because.
And they don't know, or it's not what they were told.
It's not what they, it's a lot.
It happens a lot in our store. And then we're taking time to educate you and to tell you, which we don't mind, but to tell you that's what this is. And we'll take you over and show you in our store. And you could have spent just a little bit more.
Sometimes it's not even a little bit more. Sometimes it's actually less at the store. They just think they're getting a deal, and then they
Good
get
point.
it, and it's not, because the time they get it, they pay freight, and then they get it, and it's not what they thought it was.
So it's not just Soultopia. It's. I'll tell you. Thank you. Because I wanted to point at the store, so I needed something to grab about, obviously. But a point of the show, besides just selling stuff, but your other local, wherever you live. I mean, literally support them, because they're going and shopping. They're going and taking their time. They're going and taking out of their, work days. We're all here and having other people cover their stores to sell. Now, there are some great online. We sell online too. So there's some great online places. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the big majors that are knocking them for. You get what you pay for, people. I mean, seriously, there's so many people who think they don't, and then they're coming and they're upset. Am I being too rude? Okay, seriously. I mean, it's just kind of like, duh. I mean, yeah, you're not going to buy, if somebody tells you it's $1 for, give me something, a real diamond, are you going to believe them? That's 4 carats. I mean, that's just kind of dumb. So just be smart and savvy and be nice and support all your local, and I'm talking bookstores, flower stores, everybody. It's just, and if you're not going to do it, that's okay. Just don't post on the websites, because people have been doing that on mine. And I'm like, really?
We have somebody.
Who taught you manners? Nobody. All right, we got to end on a more positive note, because I'm being really negative.
Okay.
What I've got is we have great customers. We actually really have loyal, faithful customers, and we're growing so much every day.
Yeah.
We're excited to bring these products back to you. We walked into one of the dealer places that we go in today, and he wasn't there. It's Digby, and he was going to be back. And the girls working there were saying, you can feel people's energy. You can feel it. You can know. And I also think when you buy stuff, when you come to Soultopia, that's something people say. They love, the people who work there. And thank you, by the way, to all you guys who've been working while we've been gone. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. Really, really do appreciate it. This is harder work. Oh,
you get worn out.
Yeah, then it looks like it is. Erica's shaking her head. Emily's over there with a little towel in her head. It's harder than people think. Yeah, it's fun, but we do it in love. We do it because we want to get some personal items and we want to bring them back for you.
And we enjoy doing this. And this is what we enjoy. We get to come here. We get to see people like Digby and all, and people that we've known for years, and just get to visit with them. And
and we do. We go back, and that's who we kind of buy from and who we support, because they're good people. Okay, so we hope that that's what you'll do for us too. Not only Roger and I, but Erica, all the people who work for us, all the people who put so much into Soultopia over the years, and thank you for all of you who've stayed so committed to us. But it really is a thing now. With so many crystals out there, I really do. Another shout out to Madame Pamita for the book thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you before we go off the air, I'm going to tell you this. When you go to your local bookstores, just know they don't have to carry those books and cards. Okay? They really don't. if Roger had his way, we probably wouldn't carry as many. We do because I love them. I love books. I read about 5 a week. Okay, a lot, and I have like as long as I can remember. Kind of have to read fast when you go to law school, and I would just say we love the crystals, but we carry at Soultopia so many different things for you guys: sage, candles, all those things, and all the work that goes into it. For a small store, because we want you guys to enjoy your experience, and that's why we carry the cards and the books too. So yeah, this has turned into support your local stores, your small stores, and really show appreciation to all of them, from your grocers to anybody. It's just something that I've learned because I wasn't in this business before. So you know how you learn when you're in something, and you kind of learn to have better manners about it.
Yep.
Yeah. I know we're over time, but the other thing I've learned is because he's in sales. So like with Pella Windows, can I say that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, you can. So he has another job, and I've learned when I was building a house, if I didn't feel well or something, I would be like, I don't feel like that window person coming to my house today, and I would just cancel. It's another thing that I've just learned through the years to do. And it's interesting talking to those girls for that point I was going to make too, about just what you take when you go into a store and the attitude you take in there. And if you realize how much they've done to, everybody talks about being positive energy and light and bright, but even like Emily, where she works at a big construction place, fill in the blanks where you buy your stuff. And you notice if people are friendly or not. And then they're getting online, posting all these love and light posts, but then they act rude when they go in stores. So the crystal can help you have a little bit better attitude about it, but really it starts like with you and how, and I think with all the division going on in the world today, one of the places we want to go is to connect with people. And you kind of got to get out from behind your computer and go into places sometimes to connect with people to know. Because would you really say that? Would I say this straight to your face? I would. But when you say things online that you might not say, just you wouldn't say it to their face. And I think that's why a lot of the manners are flown out the window. So totally off topic, but this has been Michelle the Preacher. No, I do have it. Thanks, you guys. We will be on, I don't know when we'll be on, if it'll be next Tuesday with the auction or the selling things online. But like I said, I don't think we're going to have the open house like we've had in the past. It'll be more open online. Or, I don't know, Roger may decide to. But we've got great things. So come see us. Are we done?
We're done.
Okay, listen on all the podcast stations. Listen on Michelle Soultopia. Listen on, join us on Soultopia on Facebook. So what on Facebook? You can help us a lot by sharing these videos and listening to our podcast and giving us 5-star ratings on those podcasts. That would be great. And I'm telling you, forgive me for the preaching, but yeah, we don't feel 100%, but we're getting better. I'll take all these crystals to bed with me. All right. Good night, y'all.